Hi, this is Michael Buckoff from BetterTOEFLScores.com. Let's talk about TOEFL Speaking Task 3. There's 3 common mistakes that you might be making on this TOEFL Speaking Task, and how do you fix them? TOEFL Speaking Task 2 asks you to read a short campus announcement and then listen to a student discuss it. Your job is to explain how the student reacts to the announcement and why. But many students lose points because of vague summaries, weak reasoning, or poor organization. Mistake number 1, skipping or vaguely summarizing the reading. Some students barely mention the announcement. For example, they might say, "There's a change at the school." That tells the reader nothing. Fix it. Begin with a 1-sentence summary. The university plans to reduce hours to save money on staffing costs. Now you've clearly set the context. Mistake number 2, not clearly stating the student's opinion or reasons. Test takers often jump into minor details or quote the student without explaining their point of view. Say something like this: the student disagrees with the change because she believes students need more evening access, and the decision was made without input. And that's specific and focused. Mistake number 3, flat, disorganized delivery. If you sound like a robot or jump around without transitions, your score drops. So fix this by using linking phrases like "first she argues that," "she also mentions that," to guide the grader through your response. Let's take a look at a sample response that might score 21 or 22. First, take a quick look at the reading. And then here is the listening passage. You have the male and the female students. So a low-scoring response would be something like this. The announcement says something about the library changing its hours. The woman who talks doesn't like it. She thinks it's not a good idea because students use the library. Also, she says they didn't tell the students or ask them. So she disagrees and thinks the change is bad. So this is going to score probably between 21 and 22 points. So why? It has a vague reading summary. Something about the library is very unclear and specific. Unclear opinion explanation. The student's opinion is mentioned, but her reasons are poorly developed. Repetition and limited vocabulary. Words like change, students, and bad are repeated without variation. So that's a limited range of vocabulary. That's not what you want to do. Choppy delivery, use of filler words, and simple sentence structures make it sound unnatural. Lacks transitions or structure. There's no logical flow or clear linking of ideas. Now let's take a look at one that will score 30 points out of 30. According to the announcement, the university will shorten library hours during weekdays, closing at 6 p.m. instead of 10 p.m. to reduce staffing costs. The woman strongly disagrees with this change for 2 main reasons. First, she points out that many students, including herself, rely on the library in the evening because it's one of the few quiet places to study. She mentions that her dorm is noisy at night, which makes it hard to focus. So the current evening hours are essential for academic success. Second, she criticizes the administration for making the decision without consulting students. She feels that students are the ones most affected by this change, and their input should have been considered before implementing such a policy. For these reasons, she believes the new schedule is unfair and will negatively impact students' ability to study effectively. So what's the difference? In this case, the delivery, natural pacing, clear pronunciation, fluid intonation sounds confident, native-like. Language use. Strong variety of sentence structures, academic vocabulary. Words like consulting, implementing, academic success. Topic development. Fully addresses both the reading and the listening. Clearly presents a student's opinion and two specific reasons. Organization. Logically structured with clear transitions, first, second, for these reasons. So you want me to review your speaking responses and help you fix your issues with TOEFL Speaking Task 2? Try my 99-month TOEFL Speaking Writing Feedback Service at bettertoeflscores.com. I will give you real, personalized corrections.